Why are you sitting in a box? It's not a box. What are you doing on top of that box? It's not a box. Why are you squirting a box? I said it's not a box. Now you're wearing a box? This is not a box. Are you still standing around in that box? It's not a box. Well, what is it then? It's my not a box. I'm going to be showing you just one project you can make with a box, but feel free to make up your own. Today we're going to make an aquarium, and what you'll need is a box. And mine's just a square, it doesn't really matter what shape or size it is. But as you can see, I've cut off the flaps that keep the box closed. So you can ask an adult to help you with that, or something else you could use as a shoe box, which will work great because all you have to do is take the lid off. You'll also need a pair of scissors, a pencil or a pen, tape, string, crayons, and paper. And I have blue and white paper. I'm going to be using the blue mostly, but the white paper is good if you don't have blue and you want to be able to draw on it, or if you just want more freedom with what you're doing. So you can also just use white paper. You don't need blue. The first thing we're going to have to do is line the inside of our box, and we're going to make it look like water. So I'm going to be using the blue for this. And the easiest way I found to do this, we're going to start by doing the edges. We'll do the back last. And to do the edges, I like to take the sheet of paper and line up the side that it goes on. And then I just use my pencil to trace around it, and then I'll cut it out and tape it on. I have already done the tracing and the cutting, so these are ready to go in my box. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape them all on. I'm going to use the dark blue on the bottom, a medium blue for the sides, and a light blue as the top to kind of match the way water looks. And just like that, you have all the sides of your box covered. Mine's buckling a little there. All right. So for the back of my box, I'm going to be using all 3 colors of my blue paper. But I'm going to layer them kind of like this inside it. So lightest to darkest. And I'm going to make it look wavy like water. If you don't want to do it this way, you can use your white paper and just cut out a piece that fits inside your box. I would probably need 2. My paper's a little smaller than the back of my box here. And then you can just draw your aquarium scene on it however you want. But since I'm using these, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to put my box on it, trace it out, draw water on it this time, cut it, and tape it in. I'm going to do this with all of my colors. There. Now our box is lined, we have our background. And if you drew your scene, you might be done now. But it's very blue to me, so I'm thinking we need to add some plants. This is where I'm going to use my white paper. If you have other colors of paper, you could also use those to cut plants out. But I'm going to draw mine using my crayons. I'm going to draw some easy aquarium looking plants, and I'm just going to tape them right on the back. And now we have all of our scenery finished in our aquarium. It's all in there. And I guess that means now it's time for the most important part. Can't have an aquarium without fish. So this is going to need some more drawing. You can use your paper, draw your fish. If you wanted to, you could find some, have an adult help you print them out and cut them out. I have already drawn the fish for my aquarium, and I colored mine on both sides, so that when they're in there, if they flip around, you'll be able to see them still. So I'm going to use my string, since mine are already done. And I'm just going to cut a piece. And I have invisible thread, so you probably can't see it. I am holding some. If you don't have invisible thread, any string will work. I just like this because when they're hanging in my box, you won't be able to see them. And again, I'm going to take a piece of my tape. And I'm going to tape my string onto the top of my fish. I'm going to do this with all of my fish. Now all of my fish are hanging. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to tape them to the top of my box so they're hanging in my aquarium. It'll look like they're swimming. And I'm going to try to hang them so that they're at different heights. We'll see how that goes. Before I do that, I'm going to prep my tape So I'm just going to take off 5 pieces because that's how many fish I have. I have 6 fish. I'm going to take off 6 pieces. I'm going to hold on to this one. So I just have mine lined up on the edge of the table here so that I can get them easily. I'm going to start with this. This is an epaulet shark. And I'm going to turn my box upside down for right now, because I think that might help me. So I want him to hang kind of lower, so just like that. Then I'm going to put a piece of tape. And then when my box flips back over, he's just hanging out. So I'm going to do that with my other 5 fish now. Once you have all of your fish hanging, your aquarium is done.